So welcome back to the Impact Stadium and a complex here in Bangkok. And Bangkok, I think, has been one of the cities that has taken the biggest hits this past year because of the global pandemic. Usually up to 15 million people visit Bangkok each year. Of course, we are very privileged as the badminton community to be allowed to come to Thailand at the moment with their strict rules. And as far as our badminton is concerned, well, my goodness, to all badminton fans, no more so than Steen Peterson and myself, Jill Clark. It's just great to be back watching live badminton once more. Well, next up is men's singles, and it's the Battle of the World Championship medalists, because it is Daren Liew, the 2018 World Championship bronze medalist, up against the World Championship silver medalist from 2019, Antonsen, who also is the number 3 seed. So this match will be from the third quarter, and you can see that Angkar Long, who was beaten in the final the last time this tournament was held, beaten in the final against Chortian Chen of Chinese Taipei. He's safely through. It's the only match that's been completed in this section, and I can tell you, to bring you right up to date, that Chortian Chen, the defending champion, is a game down in his first round match against the 2016 winner, Tanonsak Sinsun Bunsak, the left-handed Thai player. So the defending champion in a spot of bother at the moment over on court 2.
On court 1, men's single, Liew Daren from Malaysia versus
So here comes the bronze
Antonsen
medalist
from
from 2018 World Championships in Nanjing,
umpire
Liew Daren.
Yana from Indonesia. Service judge Fabio Beto from Italy.
And here is the number 3 seed, Antonsen of Denmark. And great to see him back after he's had a troubled 12 months, I think, the young Dane, because at the All England in March last year, he had to withdraw from his semi-final, badly twisted his right ankle. And then on the 5th of December, he was tested positive for COVID-19. So this man from Malaysia, a veteran at the age of 33. But Antonsen did enjoy success at the Denmark Open. And as you can see, this is just the second meeting between the two. The only previous time they met was in the second round of the World Championships, the last 32 in Basel, which is when Antonsen went through to the final. So he obviously won that encounter in Switzerland. 21-17, 21-13 was the scoreline. 52 minutes. So the players change ends before the start. Steen, did you see who won the toss and who chose ends?
I did in the last match, Jill, but you didn't ask me there. And I can tell you here, I was researching that Kevin Sukamuljo has now tested negative twice for COVID-19, so he's ready to resume training, but I didn't see who won the coin toss here.
Well, I'm delighted to hear about Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. But let's focus now on this men's singles. Liew Daren, 33 years of age, born in the Malaysian capital of Kuala Lumpur. 41 on the world rankings, but he did spend 1 week in the world's top 10 at number 10. And that was 1 week from the 7th of March 2013. And of course his big title win was the French Open. Prior to winning the French Open in 2012, he'd never got past a quarter-final of a Super Series event, so that really was an incredible a result, especially as it was his first ever international tournament final. But here is the number 3 seed, Anders Antonsen, 23 years of age, 10 years the junior of his opponent. Went up, back up, I should say, to number 3 just before the rankings were frozen. So 7 weeks in total before our world rankings stopped being rerun each week, making his first appearance here, incidentally, Anders Antonsen. So Wayana from Indonesia is our umpire for this one, and Fabio Beto is the service judge. But as far as Antonsen is concerned, he only played 4 tournaments in 2020, but he reached 2 finals. I've told you about the Denmark Open, which he won, but he also reached for a 2nd consecutive year. In fact, he was defending champion at the Indonesian Masters, lost out to Anthony Ginting in 3 games. And that's an interesting fact in itself, because it means that Antonsen has been in 3 finals in the last 3 tournaments played in Istora Senayan in Jakarta. He obviously loves the venue. Who doesn't?
Yeah, fantastic venue. And I can update you on the coin toss situation. It was Daren Liew who won the coin toss, and he elected to serve, whilst Antonsen chose the far side of the court to start on.
Well, this will be a test, I think, for Anders Antonsen after contracting COVID. Coming back to play, have you heard anything about whether he's had any after effects of being ill?
I haven't heard. It looks like he's deferred now. I was just thinking that it was Antonsen who would serve. No, I haven't heard, but I know that he was tested for it by the Danish medical department, because they actually phoned him to hear what the case was, since he tested positive, and you would have to deliver a negative test to be able to travel. And he said, yeah, he would risk testing positive for 8 more
Ladies
weeks
and gentlemen,
now. So he had
on
to
my
have a
right,
special
Anders
medical
Antonsen,
certificate.
Denmark. And on my left, Liew Daren, Malaysia. Liew Daren to serve. Lahore. Play.
Oh, it's a good opening rally. My goodness, what a delightful shot
That's
from
a
Liew.
shot. That's a sharp one. And that's what he's known for, Daren Liew. Extremely sharp shots. Not afraid to go for the chances, go for the lines. And if he has one of those days, he can be really, really difficult to play. On the other hand, if he doesn't hit them, then there's also a number of errors in him.
2 love.
Missed it.
Service over.
And that's not going to prevent him from
2.
trying to place it a little bit to the right the next time. He's going to go for that line again. He's not going to win a long, hard-fought match. It could be a long match, but it's not going to be long rallies then.
Doesn't seem so at the moment.
No. has said that he often feels tensed when he go into big matches, but yeah, he's tried it so many times now, so he knows that normally it passes. Become used to it instead of being afraid of it. That's well played.
Oh, that's clever. My goodness, what a super shot from Liew.
What was that?
That was cheeky. Watch this again, Steen.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He played it almost backwards from
Yes.
himself.
Extraordinary. It was extraordinary as well. I'm going back to his win at the French Open in 2012. The fact that was his first ever international tournament final, because he'd played a number of international challenger events and so on, but he'd never been in a final, this man from Malaysia.
No, and he played really, really well, but he was practicing in the national team at the time when Lee Chong-wei was there, and I don't think that he ever beat Lee Chong-wei in practice, and that does something to your self-confidence. Whereas now the Supremo in the Malaysian men's singles department, that's Lee Si-jie, but he's not getting beat by Lee Chong-wei every day in practice, of course. Then he wouldn't be number one, but it's just a different feeling, different self picture you get. And oh, that's a fantastic shot.
Isn't that delightful?
Now he's within the first 8 rallies, he's had Antonsen in a totally wrong direction and on his knees. That's an accomplishment. So think about if Darren Liew had been from another era than Lee Chong-wei, where Darren would have had all the attention on the Malaysian national and singles team. Could have been a whole other story.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I think maybe Lee Chong-wei, he would also like to sort of switch eras so he wasn't at the same time as Liew Daren, because then he would have won an awful lot of extra tournaments on top of the ones that he has already won. Good shot.
Service over, 3-6.
Oh, strings went
Service over,
just as well. It was such a good
7.
placement of the smash. Went through a very difficult spell, did Liew, a number of years ago. I remember him saying after he lost in the Swiss Open of 2015, he said, seriously, I don't know how to play anymore. He suffered from depression.
Was it in 15?
It was in 15, yeah.
But wasn't he the player who lost the decisive Thomas Cup match in the final against Japan?
He was.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Especially tough if you're from Malaysia, which is a badminton crazy nation.
Yeah.
I remember Kwan Beng Hong, who lost the semi-final decisive match to Joachim Persson back in 2006. He never really recovered from that loss, Kwan Beng Hong, and I guess you could say the same a little bit for Darren. So it's so fantastic for him to win that World Championship bronze medal.
Absolutely.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Wide.
Oh, that was a beautiful black. block, wasn't it?
9-3.
Perfection. Look at that.
You read it?
He took that, played that drop shot with a bent arm.
He did.
Awfully late. Not this one, the round the head one. This one here. Look at that.
Yeah. Wanted it to land as close to the net as possible, just on the other side.
Play.
Oh, that's a great angle. Cute angle.
5-9.
What a contrast from the previous final shot of the previous rally. When a player takes the shuttle early, there's the leap, outstretched arm, you can create wonderful angles like that. Yeah, that's the, when you were talking about sharp shots from Liew, that's the sort of thing you meant, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, he can really create his own points. Anders can do that as well, but yeah, he's an attacking player.
Service over. 6-10.
So far, I suspect.
Defense.
Oh,
Fantastic
delightful.
play.
What a shot to go to the mid-game interval
11,
with a
6.
5-point advantage, Liew Daren. Little hold and flick. Played to perfection. No coach for Liew. Oh, but 11-6 the advantage.
Got 1 20 seconds. Got 1 20 seconds.
Spille mellemspil tilbage ind til ham også, ikke? Stadigvæk skal jeg nogle af de angreb.
Well, I couldn't really hear anything there, Steen, did you?
Yeah, just the last of it. Try and slice some of your attacks so they land a little bit earlier than what Darren Liew is expecting, and also that he should play the middle game, or the in-between game, so to speak, the game flat exchanges from mid-court area where no one's really controlling the rally. He should play that back to Darren Liew instead of either going for the net or for the backcourt area.
Service over. 7-11.
It was the later part of the coaching, and seems like Antonsen was mostly listening. There wasn't that much of a discussion. It's long.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more
Service
convinced
over.
by the
12,
drift coming
Yeah.
towards
7.
where we're sitting, Steen, which is from the Danish end at the moment towards the Malaysian end of the court.
But I think I heard Antonsen say that his forehand is the fast side,
Service over.
and
8-12.
I don't know if there's this. They feel that's some kind of sideways drift as well. I haven't been able to pick up on it. I have to be honest about that.
Oh,
Excellent play.
that is,
He's
isn't it?
he's a little bit disturbed, Anders Antonsen.
8.
Yeah. Both he and Big Axelsen have played some team matches in the Danish league here during the lockdown, and it was after one of those matches that that he was tested positive for COVID-19. 3rd of December was the match, and the 4th he tested positive, so he would have played with coronavirus in the body, so to speak.
Thank you.
Kenneth saying kind of played in front of him.
8.
It's not settled at the moment.
No,
You're
no,
right.
Not at all.
10 seconds. Service over. 9-15.
It's just wide.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely
10,
right, Steen. I don't think
15.
Darren Liew wants to play many long rallies.
No. That's also why he doesn't have a coach. What would the coach could say to him? He could say, go more for the lines. That's not possible.
No.
Then he could say, go less for the lines. That's not what you want to hear. Then he would have to play longer rallies.
Yeah.
Service over. 16-10.
I think the remainder of this is, of course, important, as Antonsen still has a chance to claw back here in the first game. But if Liew is to win the first game, it's important how many points Antonsen gets, how well he can settle.
Oh, that's on the line as well.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful block again.
17-10.
And I think the shots are one thing, but it also looks like it's his legs that has deserted him here in this first match. He hasn't seemed to find that flow in his footwork, Antonsen.
Yeah, but that's a super shot. I mean,
18,
quite frankly, the way
10.
Darren Liew has played at the moment, all the shots, virtually all the shots he's tried, have worked.
Yeah,
He's
and that's what you sometimes experience when you play against
Yeah.
Darren Liew, and it's your job to prevent them from working and play your own shots so that it's as difficult as possible for
11,
Daren Liew to
18.
score these easy points here. A lot of things might change with the change of ends.
Service over.
That's a poor net
19,
shot from
11.
Antonsen. That's perhaps a sign of his mental state at the moment. He's probably wondering what on earth has hit him.
Yeah, and we don't know how he's feeling. This is first real match after testing positive for COVID. So there might be all sorts of
Service
sensation
over.
in his body now.
12,
Yeah.
We don't know that. That was a good shot. And it's still better than the last game of the World Championship final.
Yes.
Wide.
Service over.
So game
20,
point
game
opportunities
point,
for Daren Liew. Opening game to the Malaysian Daren Liew, and it's by a comfortable margin,
First game won by Liew Daren,
21-12.
21-12.
And Danish fans will be a little concerned right now.
Yeah,
18 minutes for the opening game.
and definitely a shocker. Even though we know Daren Liew's playing style, the way Anders won in the World Championship, this is a shocker that he's lost the first game.
Men det er vigtigt lige nu, det er i hvert fald, at du også får centreret således, at han ikke kan tage nettet og lave sine investeringer.
Så mange gange. Og nu er det var helt standard. Så står han her.
Så står han.
Og så står jeg og skal her og dækker alt.
Ja, lige nu.
Så fandme op i de ben.
Ja, men lige nu, inden at finde der, så er det klar skærpet hele tiden. Hver eneste krone, du kan finde over. Det er også en bonus med i bilen.
Og det er rigtig løbet på at komme op og slå dem ud. Ikke lige dagen, de begynder at blive smash.
Nej, fordi det
Altså, det er nu, de skal ned.
Ja, lige nu.
Så står han fuldt til der.
Got 120 seconds. Got 120 seconds.
Well, it was quite noticeable to me that while Daren Liew sat on the seat there beside the courts, that he was taking in some big gulps of air. I'm sure that's not been missed by Kenneth Jonassen. So he was very intense in his conversation with Anders. What was the gist of all of that?
Yeah, it was difficult to interpret it, but one of the things that Anders said himself is I got to get the legs going, and that's correct.
Play.
But he also, I think he felt, that's my interpretation, that he felt that he played too simple, that it was too easy for Daren Liew to anticipate. On the other hand, on a positive note, it didn't look at all like they were panicking or anything in the Danish camp. But the legs got to move faster, or the racket has got to sort of compensate for the legs if they don't get to move faster, and that could be difficult after being out of practice and quarantined. And they haven't been able to practice as much as they normally would do in a week up to a tournament. The Danes, there's been limited to an hour and 15 minutes a day in on the courts, and that's, I think, less, and especially less than Anders would have liked coming back after illness.
It's been the same for all the players, though.
It's been the same conditions. It just affects players differently. I mean, I'm not sure Daren Liew would want to practice more than an hour and 15 minutes a day.
Okay, yes, I
So the better the shape you come with, the less it affects you. If you're a little bit behind and feel like you have to have some touch, regain some touch, and play a lot of shots, then there's not possibility.
Oof, he's challenging
That's
that.
a lucky one for Antonsen.
Liew Daren challenges call out.
Well, I wasn't so sure. He challenged straight away.
Yeah, I think it was long as well. It wasn't.
No, that's why I say I wasn't sure.
Correction.
When you said that it was a
8.
lucky one for Antonsen. That's a great challenge.
Fantastic
Two,
last night. He's got
love.
Liew there. To see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Play.
That was one of the situations where it almost slides over the line. So, but also one of the situations where they know that the linesman
as
is
well.
often not correct.
3 love.
That could be a turning
Service
point, you
over.
know, because that was a short
1,
lift.
3.
And it was a very high lift. Making the timing more difficult. So perhaps we could see more of those from Antonsen whenever he's in a position where he needs to lift. The shot is absolutely great. It's just,
Service over.
A fraction
4,
wide.
yes,
1.
So the idea is good.
yeah.
The angle's good.
Execution lacking.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel touch, extra time on the courts would help.
That's in as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oi,
not
no,
worth
he's-
a challenge. That's
And the
really in.
Antonsen challenges call in.
Well, I'll eat my hat if that's actually out. It's an English expression.
Yeah, it's the same in Danish. It's the same in Danish. Some Norwegian handball commentators have really
1 challenge
experienced some bad things because they made those kind of promises. Handball, that's a very
Okay,
European sport.
Okay, no more rash promises from me.
Yeah. Could always get a... Oh, that was going wide, I think. A chocolate hat manufactured.
Yes.
Service over. 2, 5.
Well, no matter what, it seems to be a tough day at the office for Antonsen.
That's a great
Fantastic.
angle.
Little short, the cross from Antonsen,
Service
but
over.
such
6,
nice technical skills
2.
from Daren Liew. It's very, very deceptive the way he executes that shot. It's very difficult to see whether it's straight or cross.
Play.
Oh my word, that's brilliant.
7-2.
It's lovely badminton to watch when he's successful with these shots, Daren Liew.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Just on the inside edge of the line there. Oh, it's just long.
Yeah.
Service over. 3-7.
It's another good angle on the smash
Service
from
over.
Daren Liew.
8-3. White about this.
Antonsen was waiting at the shuttle dispenser, waiting for the umpire to look his way, and when he'd waited, in his opinion, too long, then he just took a new shuttle and hit it to Daren Liew's side.
Oh my goodness.
This is very concerning
For
from a-
Danish fans.
Yeah, it is, because I mean, even if Antonsen get his game going, you can't prevent Daren Liew totally from scoring points. You can hope that he scores some of your points by certainly turning winners into errors, but he's definitely going to score points. So it's within the next 3-4 rallies Anton needs to get going, but I'm not sure it's going to happen.
No.
3.
Well, Malaysian fans will certainly be delighted to see the sort of form that Daren Liew is in,
He's played magnificently.
hasn't he?
Played just like when he
On court
won his
2,
world bronze medal.
Service
mixed
over.
double,
4.
Niklas Norm and Emily
Yes,
McAloon
lost
from
in the
Denmark
semi-final to Kento Momota. Went on to win
versus
gold, but he
Praween
beat
Jordan
Jonathan
and Melati
Christie,
Dewa Oktawianti
Shrikant
from Indonesia.
Suniyama. It was a wonderful run in the tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Umpire
It was
Darunima
a long
Sampong
ruling
from
match, as I recall
Thailand.
it, against Suniyama.
Service judge
Yeah, it was.
Emmanuel
for the medal.
Kabuisile from Botswana.
Service
He
over.
had nothing left the next day.
11-4. Indo.
So, a 7-point advantage for Daren Liew, having taken the first. And once again, he sits himself firmly down in the chair at the side of the court, taking all the recovery time he can.
Bopper.
Det kræver noget tungt arbejde.
Quad 1, 20
Også
seconds.
prøv lige at selv at finde dig ind
Quad
og lige
1,
finde ind i
20
det rette
seconds.
mindset, ikke? Så.
Anything of significance there?
They probably discussed something ahead of that, so it's taken out of context. But it's gonna require
11.
a heavy
Four.
workload to getting back. But to try and find the right mindset. So it was was wearing last words, in my opinion.
Service over. 5-11.
The service error of the match.
But definitely still possible. Well,
Yes,
two good points.
One knows that the bubble can burst sometimes
Yes.
with Darren Liew.
And it can be double-sided, because if Antonsen gets a little bit of confidence back, there was 3 easy mistakes. That was just what the doctor ordered.
11.
And Daren can also, I mean, he registers the score as well. He can see, hey, I could be creating an upset here.
Service judge, Harami Aminer from Iran.
That's why.
4 mistakes.
Yeah. Starting with a service error.
8-11. Service over. 12-8. Service
I
over.
definitely sense a shift in momentum.
9-12.
Good net shot. Yeah, forced the short lift and then the opportunity to play the winner.
It's almost the best rally from Antonsen that we've seen today. That we've seen this year. So nice
True.
when you can say that. This year.
You were talking in one of the previous matches about watching the players' feet to see how deep the lift or clear has been that the players got to play, and he was well inside the double service line there, wasn't he, Antonsen?
Yeah.
Which indicates that the lift was woefully short. Oh, that's a nice net shot from Liew.
There's rallies, and
13-10.
from a Danish perspective, it's only a 3-point deficit compared to the 7 at the interval, and Darren Liew has only gotten 2 points closer to the 21 needed.
Play.
I think this is an important rally for Liew.
Yeah. Next 2-3 rallies. Oh, he hasn't been sharp on those shots, Antonsen. That's normally one of his favorite shots, if not the favorite.
Service over. 11-14.
It's going wide.
Service over.
Young Dane has got to be careful here because
15-11.
time is running out from his perspective.
He's got to win the next one, otherwise it's a significant gap he's created again. Antonsen's got to win this one.
Yeah, indeed he does.
Service over. 12-15.
That was a lovely block, the way that Liew just swayed his body out of the way to give himself the freedom to play the defensive shot, and then just guided it across court. Look at that.
One, yeah.
Yeah, that's super, isn't it?
Last one got. Service over. 13-16.
Patient play by Daren. It's a good rally. That was important.
Yeah.
14.
But when you
16.
say patient play from Daren Liew there, earlier on in the match he was going for everything, and and I'm wondering whether he's now trying to be too patient.
Yes, there was a chance of winning it from that backhand side, and he sort of like held back a little bit.
Yeah. What an amazing drop shot from Daren
Service
Liew.
over. 17.
Off balance.
14.
Oh, I wonder if he hurt his back. Look, he's holding his back at the moment.
Liew?
Yeah, but watch this. He's way behind him
Yeah.
when he played that amazing drop shot.
Hey! 18. 14.
I think that was just what Daren hoped for.
Yes, absolutely.
Teasing Antonsen into trying to make a play.
Service over. 15.
Well,
18.
Dane is almost at a stage of now or never.
Yeah, but I feel that right now I think it's about 50-50 who's going to win this second game. 18-14. I had Daren as the favorite. It's well played.
Nice shot. Yeah, do you see Darren's holding his back?
18.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on TV.
Play.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Left arm just came up. So maybe he couldn't fire full power smashes from that around the head side. Then we can expect to see him go all out for the 50-50 chances. Oi, that was short, I think.
Yeah, I think it may have been. Oh, that's a great follow-up from Liew.
Service over 19-16.
Yeah, could have played any shot. He took it so early there.
In the middle.
Desperation from the day.
Yeah.
More.
But could mentally force Daren Liew to sort of overdo another shot later on in this match.
Thank you.
He's reluctant to get up from that bench there.
Yes. Well, 2 tantalising points away from victory. Daren Liew.
$19-16. Play.
Really interesting return from Antonsen.
20, match point 16.
Wow, the nerves are obviously jangling. So match point opportunities, 4 of them for Daren Liew to beat the number 3 seed, Anders Antonsen, in the very first round of the YONEX Thailand Open. He's not done it yet, but just 1 point needed.
Left.
Oh dear, dear me, what on earth was going on there? The nerves are certainly jangling. Oh my goodness.
Net court.
Service over 17-20.
If it goes to 3 games, I'm not even sure Daren Liew will finish the match.
Finish the match now.
I think he's really struggling back-wise. Oh, he's got the net cord. He's pushed it wide!
Wow.
Would you believe it?
20.
What a golden opportunity.
2 years ago at the Denmark Open, was it 3 years ago? Antonsen survived 3 match points against Huang Yuxiang to came back, and he came back and won it 22-20 in the quarterfinal.
And this time he converts on his 3rd match point opportunity. A huge upset here because the number 3 seed, Anders Antonsen, has been beaten by Daren Liew in 2 straight games. 21-12, 21-18 confirms the umpire. This is the final rally, and the mistimed defensive shot from Antonsen. And I have to say, in the opening game, it was just a delight to see how well Liew was playing. And he managed to hang on for long enough And I do hope he can get some physio treatment on, obviously, a strained back. But there is confirmation of the scoreline. 21-12, 21-18 in 46 minutes of play. So welcome back to the very impressive Impact